Hi everyone, my name is Marsi and I'm so excited to share my love story with y'all today. Romans 5:8 states that God shows his love for us, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. And indeed he did. All my life I knew there was a God, but up until about 4 years ago I really didn't care. I always lived my life to please myself. I remember I was about 18 years old and I thought I had it all figured out. I was in charge of my own destiny and I was ready to settle down with my boyfriend at the time. I envisioned our future together and I thought, everything was good. I had it all planned out until literally in the blink of an eye it all fell apart. I went from being the happiest I've ever been to the absolute lowest. I've never felt so much pain. I had made my relationship an idol, and once that was ripped away, I really didn't know how to deal. I fell into depression, which led me to craving for ways to, numb all that pain. I turned to smoking and drinking to help me cope with all that brokenness. And in that, I found a new idol that really left me emptier than the one before. Little did I know this was God setting the stage for me. I remember shortly after, while I was still in my mess, God, shared his love with me, the first time. And it's amazing because he used the one person that brought me to my lowest to share with me this great message of love. In the months that me and my ex-boyfriend weren't talking, he told me that he had surrendered his life to Christ. I wish I could say that I accepted Jesus at this point in my life, but that wasn't the case. I continued in my sin for some time, and through my self-medicating and addiction, God still pursued me. Time after time, I remember a coworker talked to me about Jesus and let me know about everything he could offer me. I remember telling myself, that sounds good, but I have a party to go to tonight. So I continued in my sin, but God still did not relent. Months later, I remember telling my ex that I was just so tired of living the life that I was and always looking to fill a void and find happiness in things, but it wasn't working. He told me that I needed to lay all that down at the feet of Christ, and that everything that I was really seeking for would not be found apart from him. His words literally hit me like a ton of bricks. The weight of my sin was just overwhelming. My ears were open that day and I heard the Lord call me. In Matthew 11:28-30, Jesus says, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." As soon as I had a moment to myself, I just broke down and wept, asking God to forgive me for, pushing him away every time that he sent one of his messengers to me to share with me his love. Realizing now that it was his nail-scarred hands that I pushed aside. In that moment, by God's grace, I let go of unbelief and I accepted the free gift of salvation. My debts were canceled and nailed to the cross, and I was made whole. I was given a new life, set apart for his glory. Since then, my desires have changed. I no longer live for myself. I now live to please God, and I realize that my life is not my own like I once thought it was. I now have a purpose and I have a hope that's sure and steadfast. I know true love through the cross that Christ endured for us, and in that I have a peace that surpasses all understanding, because I know that Jesus has conquered all. But most of all, I walk each day not alone anymore, but with Christ through the Holy Spirit who lives in me, who guides me and who is my guarantee of my salvation, and whom I'm sealed for the day of redemption, when I finally get to see the one who first loved me face to face. Psalm 62:1-2 explains it best. It says, "My soul finds rest in God alone. My salvation comes from him. He alone is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress, and I will never be shaken. I'm forever changed. To God alone be the glory." I thank y'all so much for watching. I really hope y'all were encouraged by this. If you have any questions at all, don't be shy. I'm Lord has done in my life. There's going to be contact information that you can either email me or message me on Facebook. Let us know if we can pray for you in any way that we can be of service to you. God bless.